Ranting Bobby coming in hot with the biddies. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good Monday wherever you're at. I'm gonna censor myself. So team or monsters. So we played. I really like green-red monsters in this format. I like both Rekindling Phoenix and Hellkite and Wurm. Get some blue-red Jaya up in here. Sounds fantastic. Thank you for the support, Bob. Hydroid Krasis is just it's just one of the best cards in the format. And like this deck generates a lot of mana between its Llanowar Elves and its Incubation Druids and just like wanting to get to these cards anyway. So having Krasis as a card to like mitigate Flood for us while also being another evasive threat is really nice. Past that, having access to blue cards gives us things like Disdainful Stroke and Negate in order to be a little bit more interactive against the combo decks in the format. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive on in, shall we? It's possible. So this build, I've got 4 copies of Lava Coil in the main and 2 Collision Colossus in my sideboard. It's possible I should make those 2/2 in the main, just because Collision Colossus is less dead in more matchups. What's going on, Big Kitty? I'm gonna keep this on the play. If we draw a green source, we probably hit lands the rest of the game with the Jadelight Rangers. Juggernaut, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hey, Bob, as a heads up, the bit translation on mobile is a lot worse. So if you're buying those bits on, you should buy bits on the desktop. Mobile takes a huge cut because any amount of money that's put through an Android or iOS app has to give a cut to the App Store. It's probably against the App Store rules to tell people that, but I really wish they'd tell people that. I'm gonna kill my Incubation Druid here, sure. Alright, looking for a green source. If we get a green source here, that's gonna be really good. Oh, it hurts, but I gotta dig for a land. Gotta dig for a land there. It's unfortunate that I missed on a green source, because now I can't play Llanowar Elves out, but... Oh, I should have played the land that they knew about. Oh, wait, they knew about that land for the other one, right? I didn't say it was illegal. You should listen to the words that come out of my mouth before you try and correct me. I said it's probably against the terms of service for the marketplaces to put in your app. You should go buy this elsewhere to get less of a cut. That's what I said is against the terms of service. And I didn't say it was illegal. I said it was against the terms of service. I've wasted so much money buying bits on mobile. Yeah. They knew about both the cards. Can we fit a couple of Domeries in this deck? And encourage you to read the chat rules and give us a reasonable card recommendation. Please and thank you. Have you heard about my worm? I said a worm. What worm's the word? I said a worm. Rawr! This card's so good. This card's so good. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Your move. Monsters. Monsters. The worm animation really does. It just never gets old. Just like, please Please, more worms. More worms, please. Streaming on Twitch is a lot like being a parent, Han Solo. You have to speak slowly and repeat yourself often. We actually played a Jeskai Nexus deck yesterday on stream, and it was really bad. I don't know, there might be a better build out there, but the build we played yesterday was not pretty. What a wonderful worm. Driving in my dragon, beep beep. What's going on, Nemesis? It did in fact happen. I am a man of my word. They attacked with the Drake there because they were hoping I didn't have another haste threat. So that way, excuse me, they could put me on a faster clock. Because remember, they do need to actually kill me to win the game. Is Growth Chamber Guardian not good enough here? How do you feel about cutting this and just bringing in more spot removal? Yeah, I like the Monsters deck on the website. We actually played the Monsters deck yesterday, so you can find a very recent video with it. I don't think Cindervines is actually good against Drakes. So, Cindervines is only good against Drakes with the posit that you think it's going to help you race. The Drake's deck does so much damage in such large chunks that paying 2 mana to effectively deal 3 to 5 points of damage to the Drake's deck, I think is not good enough. We can't race the Drake's deck with this deck. Our deck beats the Drake's deck by doing what you saw there, which is being interactive. We won that game because we had a bunch of removal spells. Removal spells are more important than just racing. Creatures that block are more important than just racing. I agree. Cindervines is an A+ sideboard card for the Nexus deck, so I really like it. This deck actually has a lot of good tools for the Nexus decks. We have Cindervines, we have Spyglass, and we have Negate and Disdainful Stroke. I think Spyglass is an unexplored and underexplored option for fighting the Nexus decks, just because it turns off Search for Azcanta, which is their biggest way to generate things. What's going on, Code Junk? Happy Monday. They did change the card backs. I really hope they give us selectable card backs soon. Really hope we get selectable card back soon. Blue-Red Jaya, Splash Cindervines. I actually think the Blue-Red Jaya deck is good enough against Nexus that it doesn't need it, Bob. Storm's definitely the more powerful deck, Chucky. Not close. Storm's more powerful. Ravager Wurm is very, very good. It overperforms in basically every deck I stick it in. Is Wilderness Reclamation a mana ability? It is not. It's a triggered ability that happens at the end of the turn. That's why you can respond to it. Mana abilities are things that make mana. Alright, you have a dive down. Smells like it. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Rymel? Thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again. They're gonna fart this, I assume. You have 5 things in here, so this will cost them 3. Do you have another dive down? If they don't have another dive down, we might be okay here. If they do have a dive down, we're probably dead. Sure, deal. Easy. Clean trade. Now, it's actually an even trade on mana too, right? They spent 6 for our 6. Looking for a land here. Untapped land. That will also do, Big. That will also do. This is, I feel like this game's really shown the we just need to be interactive in this matchup. I tend to really like styles of decks like this Monsters deck. This is a true mid-range deck in the sense that against aggro decks, we're a control deck, and against control decks, we're an aggro deck. So people often ask, like, what does mid-range mean? In my mind, that's what mid-range means. Mid-range means you take different roles in different matchups. Captain Sedai, thanks for 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yep. So if they attack with the bird, I'm going to block again, because even if they use a removal spell to finish my dragon, I go Forest, second Hellkite with the counter, pay 4, kill your egg. Then, like, I have Vivien, Hellkite, Jadelight Ranger to whatever their leftovers are, so ours are probably better. You'll have both cards on top there, that's a little scary. So they need a burn spell plus a Disdainful Stroke here. And even if that happens, I still, like, have Vivien Reid as a follow-up the next turn to, like, maybe get a Krasis or another dragon going on. Alright, so this game's pretty much done then. I, like, double activate my Hellkite here. They need, like, Beacon Bolt, like, right now. That's just dead. And actually, I'm just gonna play this and shoot their thing.
Let's see if you're worthy.
Alright, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Might be something to this Hydroid Krasis card, chat. Might be something to this Hydroid Krasis card. Yeah, we started today at like rank 300 or something like that. 280, somewhere in there. Hopefully they're playing Sultai. I want to see how this deck matches up there. Ravager Wurm seems like a better card you play it because of the sound effects. Firm agree. Firm agree. Yeah, I thought about Incubation and Incongruity, but I'm not sure that I have the slots for it. Like, I'm I'm not sure that, like, Incubation Incongruity is, like, better than Lava Coil. Like, I feel like Lava Coil is the slot that it would have to go in, and I'm not sure if that it's a good fit there. Alright, well, they're missing lands. That's good for us.
Come to me.
Phoenix is real good in this matchup. The fact that we have Rekindling Phoenixes in our deck really stresses out the opponent's ability to for Vraska's Contempt, because they like need Contempts to beat Vivien and they need Contempts to beat Phoenix a lot of the time.
You can't stop nature.
I think I just want to hit my land drops every turn from here on out. With this Krasis in my hand. So like they're gonna need to like hit Contempt for this Vivien at some point, and then like have to beat everything else on my board too. Hostage Taker's a little rude. That's pretty good against my Phoenix. It's slow though. It is kind of slow.
The wilds are my shield.
Can they beat a Vivien ultimate? They just can't, right? So do I just play Growth Chamber Guardian so I have 3 blockers up? I think I just play Growth Chamber Guardian so I just have 3 blockers up. This like forces them to have Contempt this turn. These are my scary monsters. Opponent concludes that they can in fact not beat Vivien ult. This is probably a Disdainful Stroke matchup. I feel about Growth Chamber Guardian in general this matchup. It's probably a little bit clunky, huh? Don't mind Shivan Fire against their elves. I wonder if it's right to just cut this card from this deck in general and just like play Incubation Incongruity. That might be a little bit too few bottom end though. Code Junk, I'd encourage you to check out this article here talking about the colors you need to cast your spells consistently. Turn 1 elf, all of our colors, sign me up. Most of our colors, I guess. Thought Erasure, that's interesting. Yeah, it is good stuff, Blue Danubi. Concur. Incubation Druid actually gives us our second red, which is nice, because she makes mana equal to whatever color our lands can make. So I'll get to play Rekindling Phoenix next turn. I assume they're going to kill this, actually, because they know about my hand. Rhythm of the Wild's a card I've just been pretty underwhelmed with in this format in general. So not really super high on that one. I do what I can, Curtia. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. It almost feels unfair when your opponent has Memorial to Folly and you have a Ravager Wurm. You're just like, let me Stone Rain you with my 5/6. Your move. There actually is a Nikya Hydroid Krasis deck in the queue at some point. It's a pretty good draw. The best Avalanche Shredders, right? Wow, that double block is something. I guess my deck's probably not likely to play a lot of instant speed removal. That's what they were betting on. Maybe I do want one more red source in this deck. There's only a few. There's only 14 red sources. Might want 15 or 16. So, code junk, I can't know if that's what you mean. So, if you want to be helpful and constructive, you need to be specific. You need to say, hey, Jeff, there's only 14 red sources. Is that enough to cast your spells? That's how you be helpful. What are the odds they have a counterspell too here? High? Just gonna attack them for 8. I think they have a counterspell. They could just have a removal spell. They have both? They could have both. Okay. Kind of surprised they didn't cash the elf in here to draw a card. I wonder if they have a Krasis in their hand. The worst part about this turn is now I don't even know what to get my opponent for Christmas. What do you get the person who has everything, chat? Hey, Shade of Flames, thanks for the Twitch Prime support, I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for chipping your Bezo bucks this way. Vivien Reid, they brought in Negate for Vivien Reid. Yeah, I mean that trade ended up okay for us. Like that's perfectly reasonable. Like the Negate means my next Vivien off the top is like super live. The fact that both of these are X5s, this deck's pretty reasonable against Finality too, which is sweet. No, I just didn't want to tap my Incubation Druid if I didn't have to. We need a Krasis of our own here. Which is like merit to the should we play Incubation Incongruity, right? They have Thought Erasure in their deck, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold this mountain.
Would you? I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Hey, Zara, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, well, I mean, I'm definitely just hitting them, right? Because if they play a Krasis, I can't kill their Vivien next turn anyways. If they don't hit a Krasis, I'm going to kill them, so...
No one knows the wilds like I do.
Their last card a counterspell? What a tilt.
Meet my newest friend.
Chat, I can play Hellkite and double activate it. I have 13 mana. Hellkite's lethal because you can play it and double activate it. Hey, Eastbus, glad you're enjoying it. We had to play game 3 on the play. That's fine. It's fine, chat. It's okay. That's why you play best of 3. That's why I prefer playing best of 3 to best of 1. Because sometimes your opponent has stuff, and then you get to play the next game where they're far less likely to not have all the things again. It's okay. It's all gonna be, everything's gonna be alright. Best of 1's not all bad. You don't have to play against Nexus of Fate in best of 1. It can't be all bad. There's no Nexus of Fate there. This hand obviously needs to draw some gas, but like, our deck is littered with gas. We got Llanowar Elves on the play. We have double red and all the rest of our colors, so let's do it. Perfect. The old turn 3 Vivien on the play. Let's do it. That's so tinfoil happy, Mick. Alright, by turn 3 Vivien on the play, I mean I'm attacking for 2 instead of playing into their counterspell. Aggro, as a heads up, I don't make the Stream Decker application, so I'd encourage you to report any issues you're having to their folks. There's just an extension that I utilize on my channel. You know, I probably should have done this at end of turn. I think I should have done this at, yeah, this was bad sequencing on my part. I should have tried to kill this at end of turn, because that way they would have negated, and then I could have untapped and played Vivien, because now they're going to get their Vivien down first. Now they don't even want to play Vivien, right? Because I just like kill it in combat. Yeah, I think that Shivan Fire line could cost me. They're just constantly leaving up this. Oh, okay, we're gonna get to dance around him a little bit here. We're gonna get to Lava Coil. We're gonna get to Lava Coil the elf, and then if they float mana, we change phases and then play Vivien in the second main phase. Deal.
Balance comes.
Yay, more Krasis. Next turn, I have 9 mana total. To play Krasis for 7. Baby Krasis for 5. And Vivien's gonna shoot that one right out of the sky. I'm gonna elect to block there. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, and then I can down tick here. This is still gonna be for 6, right? So like having the elf doesn't let me actually draw an extra card. Hey, Donovan, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. I would like to shoot this. I would like to attack you for 4. So like now they need to like not die to my creatures, and they need to like deal with my Vivien that's generating card advantage. That's how the Krasis work, chat. The first Krasis draws the next Krasis draws the next Krasis. How much stronger is Krasis with an Enter the Battlefield trigger? A lot stronger. Or it'd be a lot weaker without it. Hopefully Vivien finds me a worm and we kill them next turn. This makes Ravager Wurm lethal. Oh, don't even need it. Don't even need it. Give him the worm. See, this is why, like, so we played Sultai Climb yesterday as the last deck of the day, and after playing a Sultai Mirror, I was just like, I have zero desire to ever play a Sultai Mirror again. Like, I don't mind playing these Krasis mirror matches when we're playing an aggressively slanted deck so we can actually close things out, but like, when it's just all hostage takers and finds and like mono grind and no close, it's just not a good time in my experience. Alright, do I want to fit one more red source in here? I kind of want to fit a red source in here. I probably don't need as much blue as I have. How much blue do I have? I've got 6, 12, 13 blue. 12 blue is likely plenty. And I wouldn't mind another red. How much green do I have? I've got... This is 12, 15 green. Yeah, I'm just going to add a Rootbound Crag here. I don't think I want to replace anything with Incubation Incongruity. I feel like the only cards I could really cut are Growth Chamber Guardian or Lava Coil. And I'm not sure I really want to give up Lava Coil in my 75. And I'm not sure Growth Chamber Guardian's a card I really want to get rid of. It's really good at playing early defense. And like this build, because we don't have the Wild Growth Walker package, probably struggles against aggro as is. I think I'm gonna leave it how it is for now. There's how many creatures in this deck? There's 29. I could totally shape 2 creatures and get Incubation in here. This deck is just mono mythics, chat. Just mono mythics. Finding our Krasis. This is a card that's really impressed me in the climb deck. Can I go down a Jadelight? Nah, the mana dorks are really good. Especially considering Incubation Druid helps us hit double red for Rekindling Phoenix and Skarrgan Hellkite. I think it's important. Need a mythic mana dork. You want to take my worm away? Please don't take my worm away. Just do that. Just like hitting land drops is really good. I also don't hate just like being a little bit more proactive in the main. I could like slide these Brontodons into the main and like put the coils in the board. Especially with 2 more pieces of removal here. Makes the deck a little bit better against Esper and Amulet game 1. Or Nexus, whatever that archetype's called. Brontodon's kind of an underrated card. The fact that it's just like a 3/4 for 4 makes it so... The fact that it's a 3/4 for 4 makes it so good against aggro. Three, 4 for 3. Yeah, that one. That one. It's much worse than a 3/4 for 4. Why aren't you an untapped land? See If I live to regret bottoming the Lava Coil there. Watery Grave, probably not. Okay, that's really good. Incubation's kind of sweet because it does basically give us more mana dorks without having to play more mana dorks, right? Going on to Freaky. Alright, so really want to rip a land next turn. Yikes. Alright. Even just another blue or red land lets us jam Rekindling Phoenix, which is great. I mean, like, as far as non-land draws go there, like, a castable spell is towards the top, right?
Everyone is expendable.
Do they not have a fourth land either? That's good for me. Four mana Vraska is more reasonable than it once was in the format, just because there's Krasis cost 2, basically. If we miss on a green source again next turn, we're gonna Krasis to just try and cycle it. We wanna get to this Wurm ASAP. I don't want to take the trade of Midnight Reaper plus Vraska downtick or Midnight Reaper plus a Ravenous Chupacabra trigger here.
My attention.
We actually played the Drake's matchup as the first match we played this morning, Hives. So we'll definitely be able to catch that on YouTube tonight after it's done. We've been playing this deck for about 45 minutes, so it's probably going to go for another half hour to 45 minutes or so. Probably see them, yeah, float a mana, sack the elf, play the other Jadelight here. And this is just so difficult to race, right? Like, they have card advantage going from the Midnight Reaper, and they just like keeping their health total really high with the Wild Growth Walker. Probably dead here. Yeah, I'm just dead, right? The Chupacabra.
I won't forgive this.
It's just too big. I mean, this deck's basically Gruul. It's Gruul with like extra Krasis in it, which probably makes it leaves it as pretty reasonable in that matchup. Bring in a couple of strokes, couple extra lava coils, call it a day. Peanut butter jellyfish time. Yeah, I actually replaced Spellbreaker with Jadelight on the Gruul list on my website. Spellbreaker is just kind of mediocre overall, and like this deck really struggles to hit lands, especially if it's mana dorks die. So I think having the Explore creatures is pretty important. This hand's very good. Little bit painful on the mana side, but very good otherwise. Yeah, settle the wreckage is pretty much fallen out of favor. Alright, well, we're gonna deal 8 damage to ourselves, but we're gonna have a good curve here on the play. No problem, dude.
You can't stop nature.
So the problem with Settle the Wreckage, and a reason why it's faded in popularity, is because Mono Blue is playing 4 copies of, what's it called? Mono Blue's playing 4 copies of the Pirate, which doesn't, which counters Settle. So. Siren Storm Temur, yeah, that's the one. Alright, you got a Chupacabra here. Why wouldn't you just hostage taker my bird? Just worried about removal, I guess.
Meet my newest friend.
That's true too. You also don't want to feed lands to the Krasis decks. They will use all of the lands you give them. It's not like you're just having people flood out into not using it anymore. Alright, well, next turn I'm gonna get to Jadelight plus Hellkite. Plenty of blockers. They must have... Oh, that was... Yeah, this started with something close to your list, Darth. And I swapped Vivien's for... What's it called to start, like I told you I was going to, but the core of this is your list, yep. What's going on, Murky? We're gonna be pink for the foreseeable future. I'm told it takes a month before it starts to fade, so. It does make it appear like I have more hair than I do. Gosh. Oh, this hand is so good if any of these lands made green. Stupid magic. Should have kept the 7. Stupid magic cards and your stupid color requirements. I mean, like, so people are commenting on 3-color problems. Like, that's not, again, like, you need to, like, take a step back and assess, like, what's going on in the situation. Like, if this was a 2-color deck, those lands would have just been all mountains and that hand still wouldn't have been keepable, right? Like, there's still 17 green sources in this deck, just like there would be 17 green sources in a 2-color deck. It's like, anytime you look at a hand here, you just need to envision every blue dual land as a mountain or a forest, and that's what this deck would look like as 2 colors with that hand. I mean, and it's very easy to, like, not look at those hands objectively or, like, blame the wrong things, but it's important to be, like, look at the actual statistics of it, I think. And, like, if you look at this deck and, like, look at the cards we're actually playing, we're barely a 3-color deck, right? Like, our 3rd color is literally just for Hydroid Krasis, and Krasis isn't a card you're casting till turn 4, 5, 6 anyways, so you have a lot more time to find that 3rd color by then. Are we ahead? I can't tell if we're ahead or not at the moment. I think we're ahead, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
We're super ahead. Definitely super ahead.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Oh, this card is so good. Why is it so good? Give him the worm! My Chupacabra's bigger than your Chupacabra. Neener, neener. Neener, neener.
The wilds are my shield.
Oh, Vivien find Ravager Wurm is so good. Do 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 do.
Meet my newest friend.
Oh, why is their dino so big, chat? I think it's Rekindling Phoenix. Phoenix lets me pressure their Vivien. Regardless of which Krasis I play from my hand here, it'll play the correct one. As a heads up for people who are familiar with Magic Arena. Oh, Hellkite would have killed Vivien. Yes. Yeah, you're right. I should have done that.
Come to me.
I agree with your assessment. I should have grabbed the Hellkite to kill their Vivien. I was focused on the AGH's line there of double blocking their Carnage Tyrant to protect my Vivien. But maybe that's wrong. Yeah, but like them killing Dragon after I kill their Vivien is probably an okay exchange for us. Yeah, now they can spend Harpooner and Chupacabra to kill my Phoenix. Now the question becomes, do I chump with my Worm to keep my Vivien Reid alive? I think the answer to that question is yes. Because if she finds me a Worm, I kill their Vivien next turn.
I've seen squirrels hit harder. The wilds are my shield. This is nothing.
Alright, so Vivien down, I go to 16. Next turn I play Elf plus a Krasis for 6.
Not again.
Not again. It was the second time Carnage Tyrant had hit her. Yeah, I definitely should have gotten the Hellkite and killed their Vivien here. With all of these Krasis I have in my hand, I would just be burying them in card advantage, but because they have this Vivien going, they're threatening to keep up with the card advantage that I'm generating. So I think it was pretty wrong to take the Phoenix when I could have taken the Hellkite. I wasn't translating. When I looked at the Hellkite, my mind was like, this is a 5/5 that blocks, and that's not what it was. It was a 4/4 with haste. So I didn't recognize the correct mode on the Hellkite when I was looking at it. And like, we're not guaranteed to win here if we would have done that, but I think we'd be in a much better spot.
Can't stop.
Even with that Hellkite there, I think we're still too far behind. Like, this Vivien, like, killed my first Krasis, which would have been a big blocker, etc., etc. Got them their own Krasis, so... You know, at least, like, games like that, you can look back and go, I know I made my mistake here, and, like, this is the point that, like, snowballed to cost me the game. Especially because I just had, like, triple Krasis in my hand at the point where I made that decision. Like, if their Vivien just gets shut out, like, my Krasis are both large and bury them in cards. I'm watching this on company hours. Welcome to 90% of Twitch. Come to most of Twitch. I think my peanut butter is bad. It does not smell good. We're gonna shelve that one. Yep. Yep. Alright, get a do-over against Sulta here. I really do like Incubation Incongruity. The level of consistency it adds is just so absurd. Guy Fieri with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Have you heard about my bird? I said a bird. But bird's a word. I said a bird. I have Lava Coil. It's my birdie. It will not be taken hostage. You give my birdie back. Set my birdie free. Whoop. You can stay right there. Ooh, big dragons. Getting to dig to our Phoenixes and our Dragons more consistently makes Incubation real good. So this is like world's worst Vivien Reid, right? She's like literally just gonna get plowed down next turn.
The wilds like I do.
Driving in my dragon, beep beep. I guess this Vivien does make it so I have to play the dragon out as a 4/4, which means if they play land finality next turn, I could maybe be in trouble. I keep a Phoenix though. Yeah, the Vivien was impulse for a creature, gain 8 life, which is, you know, not terrible. Five cost incubation, gain 8, yep. Phrasing? That was intentional, chat. Come on now. Are you new here? Alright, well, them playing out more creatures like this strongly implies that we're not going to get finality next turn. Is my Hellkite dead this turn? If they have a Doomblade for my Hellkite, we might be in trouble. Oh no! Thanks for the 8 months, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. These people are great. Please enjoy their stuff. These folks, also great stuff. Back to the Magic Gathering. Opponent cast down the audio. Too strong. Please nerf. That was a heck of audio hodgepodge there, Wingy and Megan. Alright, what are we doing? Sure.
Would you like to see what's left of Skull?
One hasty boy, please.
Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Okay.
I've lost balance comes.
I think that's how I was boarding. Seems fine. We did, in fact, hit all of the sub-point goals. Welcome to Dinos, Dragons, and Draws. You should have seen it with the blonde Terror Nemesis. The blonde was even more like him. 'Cause they had to bleach my dark brown out before we could make it big. There's a blonde shot in the Discord, in the general section. In the subs Discord. I'm gonna keep this. It's a little bit slow, but seems reasonable. Maybe I want more incubations in my deck just so I can hit my mana dorks more consistently. That doesn't seem unreasonable. How long are we staying pink? Until it washes out. Until it washes out, or until we get under... I said if we were still above 4K sub points about a month from now when it needs to get updated, I'll refresh it. What deck is after this one? Blue-Red Jaya. Well, I was going to Lava Coil their creature here, but then we drew a Ramp Dork, so... The shower was very pink. It looked like I killed a gnome or something. This is permanent dye on my head. So, it will not be washing out. I think I'm bidding that. I think I'm going to hold Disdainful Stroke up this turn. Nah, I'm just going to Lava Coil one of their things. Gnomes have purple blood, leprechauns have pink. Why do you know that? Bastor with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much for shipping your Bezo bucks this way. I appreciate it. And Anarchic Fire cashed in those Bezo bucks for the 3rd month in a row. There's a lot of great people who could ship those to here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them my way.
The wilds are my shield.
So, worth noting, my opponent is currently missing blue mana. You know, I think I messed up with my Lava Coil.
Strike me, and you
because if I would have Lava Coiled the Harpooner,
someone like you,
they wouldn't have been able to... If I would have Lava Coiled this, they wouldn't be able to bring it back with Memorial and kill my Hellkite. It's a really small thing. I elected to Lava Coil the Jadelight and then let the Harpooner go to the graveyard, and I could have done the inverse. Yeah, we'll do different colors, Totos. The kids were pretty unimpressed. I think I just Phoenix and pass. I have this Disdainful Stroke to stop the hostage taker.
You can't stop nature.
And then Rekindling Phoenix can kill their Vivien. And then my Vivien plus Krasis can maybe drag us ahead. Alright, counterspell your draw 3. Counterspell the not draw part of your draw 3.
I'll be back, just like before.
So I'm gonna adapt this, and then I'm gonna play Jadelight Ranger and hopefully hit a land. Should be more specific. Wanted to hit green source to play the Llanowar Elves here, obviously. Man, I don't know if I'm going to play a Krasis deck on Wednesday. These Krasis mirrors are kind of a slog, even when we are more aggressive. I don't know that I'm a fan. Yeah, I haven't added it there yet. Someone else pointed it out today. Recon, you can find the link right here. Forgot to update that when I added them on. Yeah, it's not to say they're not skill intensive. They're just long and kind of tedious. So I've got 9 mana total. I think I'm playing this out for 6. I think since I drew Stroke, I'm just going to pass here. Hey, Rezd. Thanks for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate it. Welcome back. That is a card that Disdainful Stroke does not cover. Yeah, very similar to Tyler's Tracker Mirrors, I agree. At least in Tracker Mirrors, you could kill the Tracker before it drew too many cards. Here, that is not an option. I think I'm getting very close to just like, I just need to register a Tocatli Honor Guard 4X tomorrow on Wednesday. Pretty confident I just want to register a bunch of Tocatli Honor Guard. Black White Angels with 4 main deck Honor Guard is sounding like really good. Huh. Do I want to play a Baby Krasis Doo-Doo? I think I do. I think I just want to play this Baby Krasis Doo-Doo. It's a 2/2. Just because, like, with the Vivien next turn, I'm just going to be using my mana every turn. And, like, getting Krasis into play to block Branchwalker is great. This is fine. Please play a Jadelight before I play my Planeswalker. Deal. They have to discard to hand size? They do, because this drew a card and this drew 2 cards. That's funny. So unlucky. So the problem with Biogenic Ooze in Standard is that Biogenic Ooze is competing against so many other mid-range Haymakers, and on average, it just ends up worse than a lot of other mid-range Haymakers. Like, Biogenic Ooze is competing with Hydroid Krasis and Vivien, and just what it's doing on average is worse than Krasis and Vivien.
Most wounds can heal. Meet my newest friend.
Meet my newest friend. I'm gonna be super obvious that I'm holding up a counterspell here and pass. I should have cast this off the Llanowar Elf and left up 2 lands. Now they could kill my elf and deny me the Disdainful Stroke mana.
Are you certain of your decision?
Most months, Chucky, when she remembers. The fact that I'm on the board and have this counterspell up could mean that we're good to go here. We definitely need to get under them usually to win this matchup, it feels like.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
I guess the elf blocks here. Phoenix kills this card in 2 turns, which is nice.
Efforts are futile.
Your efforts are futile. Karn doesn't tick up to a scary ultimate, but he is kind of annoying. Provides them 2 cards per turn. And like they're still at 17, so I think it's worth shipping 8 at the Karn here, I think. I'm gonna give them the Hostage Shaker rather than the Vraska's Contempt, because the Hostage Shaker is a sorcery speed threat. So I can Vraska's Contempt that. Yeah, Phoenix is definitely really important. And, like, Hostage Shaker being a clean answer to Phoenix is a big deal. Yeah, when Karn pluses into 2 spells, it's like, wow, this feels bad. Just like, Huh. Yeah, that's fine, right? That just means Vivien ticks down this turn. How many more games with this deck? Maybe one more after this. One more match.
This is nothing.
I will endure.
I will endure. They did discard a Vivien. Well, that's terrifying. Their hand must just be all gas, right? Like I said, I think if the games go long, their card advantage probably buries us. So it's important that we get our flying creatures down and just like get under them, kind of. Yeah, I could have adapted first, but I kind of want to leave back the extra blocker to protect my Vivien. While I have another Vivien in my hand, I think it's important that like I don't let this one get pressured off the table. And maybe I should have shocked that land in, so this way when they played something that I didn't want to stroke, I could still like adapt this turn. It was a cut the line waterfalls. There's gonna be an update to the deck we played earlier this week, or late last week.
No one said restoration.
The Phoenix was a free block. Yes, yes it was.
Balance comes.
110% free. I didn't make the good play because I missed it. For the sake of transparency, the good play was not made because I missed it. I'm not shocking this time, so I feel like they're kind of obligated to hostage taker me this turn. And I wanted to Disdainful Stroke this hostage taker. Oh, Rod. you have a negate? Nope. Yeah, Stroke's been very good here. I could see a third Stroke even being good in the sideboard. Just because of how good it's been here.
Meet my newest friend.
Is that lethal? It's like pretty close to lethal, right? Oh. Punch you in the face, cute. Go.
The wilds are my shield.
Worm eating something is incredibly satisfying. You're just like, this is my worm. My worm is wonderful. Hey, thanks for the 11 months, Barry. I appreciate that. Temur monsters sounds fun. Bump it. Definitely. Yeah, there's a couple other variations of this archetype in the queue. Welcome back, and I appreciate the tier 2 resub, Bear Senior. Thanks for being the best pink MTG creator on Twitch. I think we're probably objectively the best pink creator. God, I really want to fit. Really want to fit a third incubation in here. Card's real good. Let's do this. Play one more here. Now I think Brontodon's pretty important just because this deck's pretty weak to aggro as is, and like a 3-4 for 3 is pretty good against the red deck. Jadelight's been very good. I should have added Jadelight to my red-green monsters deck sooner. The smoothing from that card is just super powerful. Never didn't have it. Is 4 Krasis set in stone? You know, that's an interesting question. In a lot of other decks, I'd say yes, but I could see this being a 3 Krasis deck. I could see this being a 3 Krasis deck for sure. Just because, like, we have so many ways to find it and we have so much other good top end. Like, I definitely want some to help mitigate flood, but, or to cast when we flood, but we definitely be getting a little bit gummed up on them with how many other big plays we have. Looks like Temur Reclamation. Thanks for checking out this monster, Sticky Pie. Came in for that. Maybe I should have used Incubation first. I like what this deck is doing. I don't know how I like it strictly compared to the climate. This deck's probably much worse against aggro because it lacks the Wild Growth Walker package. It's probably better against the bigger decks in the format, though. I mean, saying they have zero relation also is just as untrue as saying they're the same deck. So, like, I know our conversation where I talked about saying they're the same deck is silly, but, like, they are same colors. They do have some overlap. So, comparing for someone that's interested in playing an archetype like this, like, between the two is not unreasonable. I mean, things aren't black and white. They aren't, like, the same or automatically super different. Now, I haven't put together any of the details in the sub-tournament. Everything is hot or cold, yep. Yeah, it definitely looks like Temur Reclamation on the other side. Are there Nexus of Fates in your deck, or are you playing without them? Some of these Temur builds are not playing Nexus of Fate, and they're just like using Reclamation to like kick up Expansion Explosion. If they have a Nexus of Fate, we're probably dead. If they don't have a Nexus of Fate, I guess they could have a Fog in their deck still. Okay, this is cute. They know we have another Krasis anyways. Playing my dragon last turn was probably wrong, because it wasn't going to be a lethal dragon anyways, so I probably should have waited on it. Thanks for the Twitch Prime Turkey. I should have waited till for a turn like this where it could have been lethal. So I don't want to draw Incubation Druid, but I want this to have 4 power. So I'm going to put it back on top and then discard it because I want this to be lethal on its own. I did this wrong. I should have played the Rekindling Phoenix first, so that way it couldn't get syncopated. Well, that wasn't the worm I was hoping for. We're done at this point, right? They're activating Search for Canto 2 to 3 times a turn. They have like chemistry and insights and stuff. Resolve anything else this game. Do I not want Krasis in this matchup? Is that crazy? I agree, Dallas. I just want to be a red deck with counter spells. I think I just want to be a green-red deck with a couple of counter spells. Let's try this. Yeah, Krasis does not close. This again's great. Would like a second green, but other than that, like, couldn't really ask for more. Yikes. Cindervines, 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 doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. I have so many counter spells, I'm just spending my mana here. The lashing shall continue until morale improves. Whip it good. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Cindervines. Do 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 do. Do do. Where are my green sources at, chat? They probably have ways to take this off the table, if I had to venture a guess. Alright, Cindervines up to Lightning Strike. It's always nice. I'm gonna do at least one more, so it's gonna be at least a Boros Charm. Anything past Boros Charm is just truly delish. Yeah, I agree. Getting the Sabotage on a Druid there seems quite excellent for the home team. I spy with my little eye something that begins with Ascanta. Rude. Yeah, it felt reasonable, Yachini. Krasis and counterspells both add different angles of attack to the Gruul monster decks we've been playing. I'm not jamming that yet. I'm just going to go ahead and sit on these Disdainful Strokes, I think. I think while I'm sitting on, like, Stroke plus Cindervines activations, they're probably... Oh, everything sucks and then you die, chat. Everything sucks and then you die. Stop it. They shocked in their 7th land, so I wonder if they have a Sabotage here. We're disconnected, aren't we? This pause is too long. God, this is gonna be... Wednesday's gonna be real annoying. Yeah, Sorcerous Spyglass stops Planeswalker's ability. It's a pretty... I think it's a pretty underutilized card in the format right now. It turns off Planeswalker stuff, and it, Oh, is it gonna do the thing where it doesn't let me get back in now? Way to harsh my jam. I kind of hope there's an update for... The worst part isn't even that the disconnects are happening, it's that they're happening and they're not letting you know, and you have to sit there and guess and relog. I don't think we're gonna be able to get back in. Have you ever thought about streaming in the afternoon? That's literally what I'm doing right now. I stream every afternoon, Ruben. My sponsors are loving the new patch. Well. Third time's the charm, right? I'm really glad we don't care about our rank. No, Arena doesn't have anything to do with Docker Namachill. Thanks, Dallas. I'm a man of my word. So when I tell you that all this stuff is great, you know you can believe me. I'm a man of my word. Apparently my Disdainful Stroke resolved, and then we untapped and drew a forest. So here's the important thing that a lot of players don't seem to get when you talk about hate cards like Cindervines and Spyglass. Combo decks that are good in Magic never lose to a single card. No one reasonable is going to tell you Cindervines single-handedly beats the Nexus deck or beats the Reclamation deck. What good Magic players are going to tell you is that Cindervines, in conjunction with pressure and other meaningful interaction, are pieces in a puzzle that allow you to be successful in these matches. So no one reasonable is going to tell you that this card is going to single-handedly beat the Nexus decks. However, Cindervines is very good in matches like this because it applies constant pressure to them. Do I lead on this or this? I think I lead on this. Yeah, that's like... Cindervines is like almost into the double-digit points of damage this game at this point. Oh, the Hellkite was lethal. Yeah, I guess the Hellkite was lethal. They're gonna play Wilderness and kill me now? I was focused on wanting to leave a mana up for Cindervines activation, and I wasn't thinking about the fact they were just dead to the 4. I think I'm happy with how I sideboard in. Sure. Yep. Yeah, it could have been... So, like... If they had, like, Disdainful Stroke or Fog there... Well, that was a great draw. If they have Disdainful Stroke or Fog there... Playing the Hellkite could go sideways. Wow, they brought in Negate. Okay, I guess I do have counterspells against them, too. Did they not have blue mana up? I'm pretty sure they had blue mana available. That was wrong. I should have played Sulfur Falls. Now I can't negate a Wilderness Reclamation this turn. Dragged the land into play too quickly. I'm gonna concede after they counter this since I messed up. Play some of the blue-red Jaya deck. I don't know what I want to do Thursday or Wednesday for the tournament. I feel like all of these decks, I either like pick, do I want to get dumpstered by Nexus or do I want to get dumpstered by aggro decks? It's kind of got to like pick what I want to lose to and what I want to beat. As far as this is concerned, I think Krasis isn't quite good enough as a 4-of in this deck, but I think I was happy with the blue splash overall. Having a touch of counterspells definitely makes matches like the Nexus. Like, I know I punted that last one because I didn't leave the counterspell up at the right point, but I think having access to a few Krasis, so when you flood out, you have a big play to make. And then, honestly, this card's been super impressive in all the climb decks, so I think I might, like, trim a Krasis from the main here and, like, go up another Lava Coil. But other than that, I was pretty impressed with what's going on here, I think. I liked the blue splash and what it was doing for this archetype. Yeah, I agree. As far as, like, formats that I like are concerned, this one definitely ranks under the previous one because of how rancid Nexus of Fate is to play against. Honestly, it's Wilderness Reclamation. It's not even Nexus of Fate. Because, like, that last deck was a Wilderness Reclamation deck, right? The Wilderness Reclamation decks feel like someone ported Modern to Standard.